All right, Joel, you play Ben, who, a college student, gets taken out by a friend at a frat house during this pilot, and kind of has a night he'll never forget. Can you tell us a bit about Ben before this Purge night? Like, do you have a backstory in place from the writers or in your mind of who he was?
Yeah, definitely. And most of that stuff was given to me.
Okay.
He's got a brother and a mom and a girlfriend. He's a member of fraternity. He's really an average dude who really average grades. There's nothing that stands out about him, I guess, besides my own height.
Yeah.
Character, but and this is his first Purge. It wasn't explicitly stated in the episode 1 at least.
Yeah.
But it is his first Purge, and he's pretty anti-Purge, as are most of the people in his life. So this is something, but it's kind of like an initiation thing of being a part of this fraternity that you have to go out and do this. You have to go out and take a picture at Suicide Bridge.
Yeah.
But Ben is a character. His dad died a few years prior. They kind of live off the beaten path, just a small neighborhood.
Yeah.
Other than that, the whole point of the character to me was to be a surrogate, a conduit for the audience because he is such a broad stroke of the paintbrush that we can all kind of relate to the character so much that you really feel like, well, what would I do if I were in that situation on my first Purge?
Yeah.
Because if that world comes and that alternate universe merges with ours, and here we are. What would you do?
Yeah, and it's funny because I think recently I think once you hit a certain age or a certain moment in your life, there's a switch that gets flipped where you look at college students and you're like, man, they're babies. But it's like in those college years, you kind of figure out yourself who you are, who you want to be. And for Ben, this is just such a dramatic moment that brings him down this dark road.
Right.
What was the journey? I guess as an actor, this is a really dark journey to take. What was this journey like for you?
It was dark.
Yeah.
And the good thing is we were doing 4 storylines, so I had my off days where I could kind of decompress a bit. But yeah, you have to dance with the devil a little bit to do a character like this, and especially it gets really dark in the show. But I didn't know anybody. We're living in New Orleans, so it allowed me a time to just kind of really dig into all that.
Yeah.
But it's pretty scary. Sure. I mean, like the audience, I'm also taking that journey with the character to say, what would I do? Am I this person? Because you have to find ways in which you relate to the character. And finding the workflow within that mindset of approaching a character when it's so dark like that. It's very, at times, I have tons of nightmares, tons of sleepless nights.
Yeah.
Try to approach it in the healthiest way, but it's very difficult,
Now, Ben has a frat brother of his that kind of leaves him to dry when the situation gets bad on Purge night. What can you tease about that relationship over the course of the season?
Yeah, so that for me even changed because we get scripts as you go, but he's back throughout the show. And I think that storyline, the two of us, is the most compelling throughout the show, at least within my storyline. With all the relationships I have with the other characters, they're a little more brief or don't dig in quite as much. But that actor is great. His name's Matt Shively. And him and I had, I think, great chemistry working together, and it was a blast. But also, you're gonna get you're gonna get to see us because he is kind of the bad guy in this show. Ben is he's the guy who is a victim of circumstance, right? And this guy Turner is he's the villain, right? But we're gonna see a different side of him very soon in a few episodes. That he's also sympathetic, and that was important for all of us involved. You want to be able to sympathize with all these characters instead of just villainizing everybody, or a few. You know?
Yeah.
And it makes it, I think, more compelling and unsettling if you can understand someone's actions as opposed to just like, here's this gore porn that.
Yeah.
How exciting is it that he's a killer, right?
Yeah. Because I think the producers themselves were saying it's a lot of the questions people have is what happens the night after a purge,
Right.
and if we get a year of that journey, and I'm looking forward to it. Just one final question that I'm kind of asking everyone.
Yeah.
Do you have a purge plan in place?
Do I? Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you can't move out of the country, then you bunker up, and if you can't bunker up, then I guess you get your weapons in place and make sure you have armor and chainmail and all of that, and then hopefully your car is indestructible or something like that.
You wouldn't decide to hide.
I would be out there. I mean, I would want to hide, but
Yeah.
if you don't have that option, I'd be out in the streets helping people. Running and hiding would be number one plan, for sure. What about you?
For me, I was telling Derek earlier that I'd probably go to a Costco and climb up into the rafters of like one of those tall shelves and just hide there for the entire
That's
night.
a good idea. Yeah, you'd have to go obscure with your hiding location.
Yeah.
Right? You can't be the like a trap door and
Yeah.
who's going to roll up the carpet over you and all of that. It's something to think about for sure.
Yeah.
I need to get more specific.
That or just break into a Baskin Robbins and just like eat all the ice cream as I
Right.
sit there.
Right, yeah. Play dead. That's what
Yeah.
Palace said during the Q&A
Yeah.
on the panel. That's a good idea.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Hey,